Hello students, let us discuss some general characteristics of the compounds of the alkali metals. Now already we discussed, as you know very well, the compounds of first A group elements, nothing but alkali metals having the what? Ionic nature. So here let us discuss some general properties. Here first we have oxides and hydroxides. As you know very well, we discussed they are going to form the monoxides, peroxide and superoxide. Here on combustion in excess of air, as you know very well, combustion means what? Burning in presence of oxygen. Now if you see, lithium is going to form monoxide along with sometimes peroxides. Here sodium is going to form the what? Peroxide and superoxide. Here after that, while potassium onwards, you are going to get the what? Superoxide. Okay. So here the what here depends on the formation of pure compounds like monoxide, superoxides and this is a monoxide, peroxide and superoxide depends on the what? Conditions, appropriate conditions. Already we discussed. For example, the sodium is there. If you want to go for the limited supply of air, it's going to form the what? Monoxides. If you go for the excess of air, it's going to form the what? Peroxide. Now here, as we discussed already, why we are going to get the peroxides from potassium onwards. Okay, why? Because means the anion of O2 minus. Okay, here we have the K plus, this is a cation, this is an anion. This anion going to stabilized by the what? Large cation. So as you know very well, we have the, for example, if you take the cation, lithium plus and sodium plus, isn't it? Okay, it's sodium plus. As you know very well, size is going to increase from lithium, sodium to potassium here. So this is because of large cation, it's going to stabilize the anion. So from for that reason, you are going to get the what? Superoxide from the potassium onwards. So here already this is statement, the increasing stability of the peroxide or superoxide as the size of the metal ion increases is due to the what? Stabilization of large anion by the larger cation through lattice energy effect. Simply what happened? The larger anion going to stabilize by the larger cation. Now if you go for the hydrolysis, okay, if these oxides, if you go hydrolysis, let us see here what are the products. This is what? Monoxide. Monoxide, if it is dissolved in the water, you are going to get the bases. Simply you can write instead of ionic equation, you can write simply like a MOH, nothing but you are going to get the base. Now come to superoxide. Along with the base, you are going to get the what? Hydrogen peroxide. Here this one total you can write as a what? 2MOH. Okay. Now come to here superoxide here. Along with the here same bases, here you are going to get the hydrogen peroxide and oxygen. Here you can find the difference. Okay. In all the cases, you are going to get the base. In case of superoxide, you are going to get the hydrogen peroxide. In case of here this is in case of peroxide, you are going to get the hydrogen peroxide. In case of superoxide, along with the hydrogen peroxide, you are going to get the what? Oxygen. This is a hydrolysis. Okay, nothing but what? Addition of water is called hydrolysis. Now if you see the physically here, the oxides and peroxides are generally what? Colorless when it is found the pure. But if you come to see the superoxide, what? They have the yellow or orange in color. Now these superoxides are paramagnetic in nature. How it is paramagnetic nature? I will go for the example. We have the in-test question. I will explain there. Okay. Sodium peroxide, here sodium peroxide formula what? N2O2. Okay. It is generally used as a what? Oxidizing agent in the inorganic chemistry. Oxidizing agent means what? It is undergo what? Here. Okay. So here oxidizing agent means it is undergo reduction. Okay. So inorganic chemistry means what? The chemistry which deals with the periodic table element. Generally, for the sake of understanding, you can come to know that the chemistry which deals with the periodic table elements, as you know where we have the periodic table. Okay. if you're going to discuss about the specially those type of elements, that is called what? Organic chemistry. Sorry, inorganic chemistry. Now the hydroxides which are obtained by the reaction of oxides with water all are white crystalline solids. Okay, here already we saw just now. So this is the thing. Okay, while you dissolve oxides, you are going to get the what? Hydroxide. Nothing but in all the cases you are going to get the hydroxide. These are crystalline solids. Okay. So here the alkali metal hydroxides are strongest of all bases and dissolve freely in water with the evolution of much heat on account of intense hydration. Here generally we don't have, unfortunately we don't have lab. If you, for example, you take the sodium hydroxide, okay, it is a what? Hydroxide of alkali metals. If you take the one test tube, okay, if you take the pellets of pellets of sodium hydroxide, what happened? I am going to dissolve in the test tube. After dissolving here, you can see sense the heat on the walls of the test tube. Okay, so that heat is going to evolve. Okay, so these hydroxides when dissolved in the water, they are going to evolve the what? Heat. That you can see with the what? Why? Because means hydration. Why? Because it's going to get hydrated. Okay, so because of that reason you are going to get, it is going to release a more amount of heat. Let us see the in-text question we have. Why potassium peroxide? Okay, why it is in paramagnetic? Okay, here if you go further here, ionic form means we have the K plus O2 minus. Okay, so O2 minus is paramagnetic. Why? Because means we have one unpaired electron in pi star P in molecular orbital. So for this we have to go for the what? Molecular orbital diagram that we learn in the chemical bonding. Here you can see, okay, this is O2 minus, okay, having the 17 electrons. Now as you know very well, if you plot the what molecular orbital energy diagram, okay, so we have the 17 electrons means you have the sigma 1, sigma star 1 is bonding, antibonding. This is a bonding, antibonding. Here you have the bonding, antibonding. This is bonding, and this is these two are antibonding. Now here, so we have the 17 electrons. If you feel here, here we have the unpaired electron, isn't it? Here we have one unpaired electron in the antibonding. Because of that reason, they have the word paramagnetic in nature. So here you can see we have the unpaired electron in the pi star P, nothing but antibonding molecular orbital. Now let us discuss halides. Okay, so general formula, as you know, when they are going to form the MX type of halide. Now this X means you can take the fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine. Now if you see the physically, they have the what? High melting point and physical properties, high melting point and colorless crystalline solids. Best example you know very well. Sodium chloride is what you can see, it's a colorless crystalline solids. Now how they are going to prepare means they can prepare by reaction of appropriate oxide, hydroxide, carbonate with the one. Here in a reaction with the hydrohalic acid. This is simply with here hydrohalic acid means it is a formula. So directly if you react with the appropriate metal oxides and reaction with the HX gives rise to what? Metal halides. We don't have equation, so I am not going to discuss here. Now the melting point, boiling point, here if you follow the trend here we have the fluorides is more, then chlorides, then bromide, then iodide. Okay, now if you see the solubility, how they are going to dissolve means all these halides are soluble in water. Okay, but here if you see the lithium fluoride is low soluble in water, along with the here cesium iodide also solubility is less. Both are okay. Lithium fluoride is solubility is less, cesium iodide solubility also less. Now what is the reason for the less solubility of here means here the low solubility of lithium fluoride in water is due to its high lattice enthalpy. Here because of what? Lattice enthalpy. Now in case of cesium iodide what happened? Why? Because means is having the what? Because of smaller hydration enthalpy. Here we have the hydration enthalpy is less. Okay, the reasons you have to remember as such here. So here what happened? Both having the low solubility, but here both having the low solubility. But in case of lithium fluoride, why? Because means because of what? Here high lattice enthalpy. As you know very well, for example, lattice enthalpy means what? You have to break what ions into gaseous neutral ions. So if you break the ions, what happen? You are going to get the plus minus with the gaseous state you have to get. Okay. So once you have to get the ions, for example, here we have the lithium fluoride is there. Okay. What is the lattice enthalpy? Now you have to convert into Li plus and F minus. That too you have to bring in the what? Gaseous state. That is the lattice enthalpy. So after getting the ions, what happen? You are going to dissolve, means that ions are going to be hydrated, means around this cation anion water molecules are going to surround it. So what happen here? We need the more energy. So why? Because more energy means what? It's difficult to break. Once difficult to break means here what happen? You are not going to surround by the water molecule. So because of that reason, high lattice energy, the solubility is less. Now here what happens? Cesium hydration enthalpy. Hydration enthalpy already we discussed. Here what happens? Cesium means here it's once dissolved in the water, you are going to get the cesium plus I minus, isn't it? So why? Because here cation also having the large size, anion having also large size. So it's going to attract less water molecules. Less water molecule means what? Hydration enthalpy is less. So here hydration enthalpy more means what? It's going to attract more water molecule. Hydration enthalpy less means what? It's going to attract less water molecule. So here solubility is less. Okay. Other halides of lithium are soluble in ethanol, acetone and ethyl acetate. These are the solvents. And lithium chloride is soluble in the Parian solvent. Okay, here it is having the ionic, along with the ionic it is having the more covalent nature. Why it is that we will discuss later. Next we have salts of oxo acids of alkali metals. So before going to that, we should know what is the definition of, what is the meaning of oxo acids. Okay, here if you see, an oxo acid in a acid, okay, that contains oxygen, especially it is compound that contains hydrogen, oxygen and at least one other element with at least one hydrogen atom bonded to the oxygen that can dissociate to produce H plus cation and anion. Simply if you take the sulfuric acid, okay, H2SO4 take, it is a oxo acid. Let us see how it is means. Here if you see the structure here, sulfuric acid we have S double bond O, OH, okay. Here we have the OH group, okay. Now, what is definition here? It is an acid, nothing but as you know very well, sulfuric acid is an acid that contain oxygen. Here you can see we have the oxygen in the structure of what? Sulfuric acid. So here especially what happened? It should contain hydrogen, oxygen, at least other element. Here you can see we have the oxygen, hydrogen and other element we have sulfur, okay. So in that here, so with at least other element with at least one hydrogen atom bond to the oxygen. Here you can see here one oxygen, here we have one hydrogen is bonded to at least, okay, more than should be there, but here what at least should be there, more than if it is there no problem. Here at least what happened, one hydrogen should attach it to oxygen, that it is going to dissociate. As you know very well, if it undergo dissociation, what happened? You are going to get the OH S double bond O, O minus H plus, isn't it? So it's going to give the what? H plus cation along with the anion. Okay, here we have this is anion. That is called what? Oxo acid. So this is a definition of oxo acid. Best example you can take the oxalic acid also. We have the H2C2O4. This is the oxalic acid structure also. So sulfuric acid already we saw. So it's the structure of oxalic acid. In this you can see we have the oxygen, hydrogen along with the other element means carbon we have. In that at least one hydrogen should attach it to oxygen. Here we have, see. Here we have the two groups, okay. More than it is there, no problem. Now if it's quantum ionization, what happen? You are going to get the C double bond O minus. If it's lost the one proton, so if it's lost the other proton, you are going to get the O minus. With the what? We have the two H plus ion. So it's going to give the H plus ion along with the anion. So these are the example for the what? Oxo acids. So now what happened? They are going to form the salts with the oxo acids. Okay. So they are generally soluble in the water and thermally stable. For example, we have the anion. Okay, like just now we got the C double bond O, C double bond O minus. Okay, so what happens? Sodium like is going to form the salt. Okay, Na plus like now it is a salt. Okay, it's going to form the salt like this. Going to form the salt and they are soluble in the water and thermally stable means it is difficult to decompose easily in presence of heat. Now carbonates and bicarbonates. Here if you see the general formula I will discuss for the carbonates is M2CO3 and bicarbonates what we have MnCO3. So here if you see the carbonates and in most cases hydrogen bicarbonates, okay, also highly what they are stable to heat. As the electropositivity character increases down the group, the stability of the carbonates and hydrogen bicarbonates increases. If you see the lithium carbonate here, if you already we discussed, okay, so what happened here, best example lithium bicarbonate. Okay, here we already discussed lithium bicarbonate is a very unstable. So why? Because means going to decompose as a lithium, what it is a very unstable. Sorry, we took the example as a what? Lithium carbonate, not the lithium bicarbonate. Okay, lithium carbonate, it's going to decompose as a lithium monoxide and a CO2, isn't it? So it is very unstable. So if you come from top to bottom, what happened here in the group? The stability going to increases. Why? Because means electropositivity going to be increases. So why? Because means already we discussed why it's going to decompose means because of high polarization power. So this is we have the smaller cation, larger anion is there. Okay, bicarbonate. So this cation going to stabilize this anion. So more polarization means what happens? Going to decompose and going to get the what? Lithium monoxide and carbon dioxide. Okay. So here what happened? Lithium being very small in size polarizes the larger CO3 minus ion, leading to the formation of more stable lithium monoxide and CO2. Now, as you know very well, hydrogen carbonate does not exist as a solid, nothing but lithium bicarbonate. It is exist as a what? It is does not exist as a solid, it is exist as in the liquid form. Generally all we have in the solid form, but lithium bicarbonate exists as in the what? In the liquid form. So these are the general properties of alkali metals.